Welcome to my YouTube channel. On this part of the internet, we let ourselves take deep breaths and we give ourselves, our bodies, our minds, a rest from the hustle and bustle of life. My name is Bea and I live in Southern Ontario. This video is an accumulation of what our winter has been like for the past few months. As you can see, it was pretty mild compared to what Canadians are used to and what I was used to growing up. Towards the end of the year, last year, my husband and I were privileged enough to buy our first home, a Victorian home built in 1901. I have always been a lover of history, and seeing this home for the first time made me the most excited I've been about a house in a long time. The house did come in not the best shape, and we have a lot of work to do, but I'm looking forward to sharing that journey on this channel also. I have been putting off this video for so long. I tend to be somewhat of a perfectionist, and in my case, it does not manifest in positive ways. Instead, I get moments where I feel frozen and unable to make decisions or complete tasks because my brain is fighting with knowledge that it might not be perfect. For this video, my first YouTube video on this channel, I obsessed about having all the right equipment. Even though I only had a phone to capture this sunrise, for example, on a cold winter morning, I feared it might not be enough. I wanted everything to be perfect before this video went out, but I realized that acting imperfectly towards one's goals is better than not acting at all. So I did shoot this video on my iPhone 11, and I'm proud of taking action. I hope you can come along as I document what life looks like for a Canadian living in a small town in Southern Ontario. I love to take in the beauty all around me, and I've often wished that I lived somewhere else. Sometimes I wish I live in the lush woods of Washington State. Sometimes I wish I lived in coastal British Columbia here in Canada. And sometimes I wish I lived in many other places around the world. But this year, I am making deliberate action of loving where I live and seeing the beauty in those areas also. This is a beautiful, beautiful place to call home, and I am so grateful for it. We had a little bit of snow this winter, as you can see here. I tried to capture as much snow as I could, but over the holidays, life gets pretty busy. This was one of my favorite days over the holidays. It's just some trees next to my house, just looking so perfect and picturesque with the snow. Noticing these things and hearing the birds chirping and feeling the crunch as I walk and just looking up at the night sky has made me feel so grateful for where I live. I have some pictures now from a Valentine's Day date that I went with my husband. We went for ramen, and then we went to Crate and Barrel in the city, where I took some pictures of some interior decor items. We also went to a store and I saw that book, and then we noticed a beautiful full moon. I did say that the house was a work in progress, so as you can see here, it's some very ugly mustard yellow carpet. The house is wallpapered throughout, as you can see here. We have a lot of work to do, and I hope to show you more of the house in the coming months. But these are just some of my favorite moments. On this day, I specifically loved the way the light was just coming through the window. Not a very bad winter at all overall. It was a lot of mild days. The snow melted very fast and gave me an opportunity to witness the green. Most of the time here in Canada, it can get pretty gray and brown during the winter, but I really enjoyed being able to see some green. Even though it was a very stressful winter because of the moving and work, it was still just so great to be able to take a deep breath as I drove around my community. In a world that is often rushed by a blur of activity, I've come to realize that it's the unhurried moments that offer the greatest treasures. And I'm hoping that you can come along with me as I find a sense of purpose and calm in the midst of the responsibilities we often carry as adults in our world. So I hope you can come along as I document what looks like a slow, purposeful life for a Canadian living in a small town in Southern Ontario. Hopefully I can contribute some warmth, calm, and inspiration as you follow along. A self-care nugget for you today. Take a moment away from the screens and the noise and distraction for just a moment today and tune into your intuition. Take a deep breath and practice some self-compassion today. Remember, you are worthy of gentleness.